So let's get a working definition for faith, right? But before I go in, let me stop right now. I want to appreciate Pastor, and you can help me at this point right now. I want to appreciate Pastor. I want to appreciate him for his vision. I want to appreciate him for who he is as a person and his consistency and steadfastness and always loving God. That boils over into what he does on a regular basis and how he touches individuals, because he really does have a heart for God and have a heart for people. Also, I see, since the last time I've been here, there is an addition to the church. Amen. That's pretty awesome, right? Because that shows that you are moving forward and there is progress, right? We'll get to this a little later on, but it's very indicative of people who are successful to make sure that they look at the progress of where they're going. Yes. All right? Because how are you going to know where you're trying to go or how far you are if you're not tracking the progress? All right? So I really appreciate that. So when I came in today, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is good. This is progress. All right, so I'm going to jump right on in. I'm not going to belabor the time, but if you give me a few minutes to speak to you, hopefully you will get what I am trying to give. All right, so let's get a working definition of faith. All right, there's two of them that I have, and the last one is the one that I really, really enjoy. Faith is a complete trust or confidence in someone or something. The second one says it's a strong or unshakable belief in something, especially without proof.
Wow.
All right?
That's good.
Now, that's in line with the Bible, right? Because it says, now faith is...
Come on now. Yes.
The
evidence of things not seen.
All right. Yes. I just want to make sure we're there. So the definition from Google and from all the other, there is one that's in line with the Bible.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So what I get to do on an everyday basis is look at scientific stuff and then look at spiritual stuff and say, they saying some of the same stuff.
Amen.
Right?
They say the same.
They saying some of the same stuff.
Same stuff.
So if I need to bring up the Bible, then I can give you scripture or spiritual side of things. If I'm needing to speak to someone who's not ready to bring the Bible into there, we just talk about it scientifically because they're saying the same stuff, right? Yeah. So here is faith. I'm very visual, okay? So faith is written at the top of this, right? It's just right here. But it's supported by two posts or two columns. And here are the two posts or two columns. It's belief and commit.
Belief and commit. That's
all right. So it's belief and commit.
And commit.
You need both of those. We're going to focus in on belief. All right.
Amen.
So I'm going to share a little story with you, and that's going to set the backdrop for where I'm going. All right. Some people know this guy by the name of Jim Carrey. Anybody ever heard of him?
Yes. Amen.
Now, why am I talking about Jim Carrey? Well, Jim Carrey was born in Canada. A poor family, a house of six, and they were really relying on daddy's income, right? But at an early age, Jim Carrey realized that he wanted to make the world, listen to his words, I wanted to make the world laugh. All right, this is what he said. I want to make the world laugh. So at 10 years old, he was looking at the Carol Burnett show and said, you know what, I'm going to send a letter to Carol Burnett because I believe that I need to be on her show. Right? Now, this is somebody who's believing in themselves. They said they're going to make the world laugh. At age 14, his father lost his job. They moved from out of their house because they couldn't afford it anymore into a Volkswagen van.
My God.
A family of six in a van.
In a van.
Jim Carrey said, you know what, this things have to get better. So he started working as a teenager. And when things weren't seeming to get better, he said, you know what, I'm going to go to LA and pursue my dreams. All right? So he moved out to LA, and like most people, most of my friends that have gone out to LA, there's usually not a job just waiting on you. There's no big contract waiting on you.
That's right.
All right? You don't walk out there and get put into the biggest movie that's about to go to the theaters. That's not what happens. And so what he did is every day he worked hard.
Every day.
Every day.
That's good. That's
working
good.
on his craft. Working on trying to make sure he survived. And so he would get little odd jobs and things like that, but nothing to the status of where he thought it would be, because he said he wanted to make the world laugh. He barely get enough money to live in LA. It doesn't look very good. So then he started a habit. And if I was super churchy right now, I'd preach the habit. But I'm not doing that today. Right?
I like that.
So we started this habit. So he would drive over to Mulholland Drive, all right?
Yes.
In LA. Now, if anybody's ever been out there or ever seen Mulholland Drive out in LA, all these palatial homes, some sit on the edge of the cliff. You know, look like it's almost about to fall off so it can look over the ocean. I mean, this is where he would go every night.
Every night. Wow.
Every night. And he would vision his success.
Come on now. There you go.
That's what the bio said. That's what he told them. That's what the bio said. He said, I vision my success.
Sorry.
All right?
Sorry.
Now we talk about faith. But remember, faith consists of what? Believe and commit.
Commit.
Amen.
Yes.
So, as he started this habit of doing this every night, one day he pulled out a check that he would write somebody else.
Amen.
And he wrote it to himself
Full check.
for $10 million.
Wow. God.
And you know that little section under the check where it says, for what? He said, for acting services rendered. And it has to be a date on it, right?
Yeah.
Because if the date is wrong, the bank's not going to cash it.
That's right.
And he wrote up there, Thanksgiving 1995. Now this is super important. Because it was around 1980 when he wrote this check.
All right.
Y'all doing the math?
Yeah. 15 years.
He gave himself
Gave himself.
15 years.
Good.
That's his vision. He worked hard every day. Kept going out to Mulholland Drive. Just looking. I'm going to live there one day. I'm going to be there one day. That's where I'm going to drive that one day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
So, the story is written as I speed forward that around 1993, 94, he's doing well. We see him on all these different, smaller shows. He's on the Wayans, all this. So we're seeing his face.
Yeah.
But he had a monster year in 1994. He didn't have one movie come out. He didn't have two movies come out. He had 3 blockbuster movies coming out. One alone grossed over $20 million for him. He wrote the check for how much?
10 million.
Double.
Woo.
Just one of those movies.
Wow.
And it was December 1994 because the check said 1990.
95.
Right.
You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Now, that's Jim Carrey. I'm sorry. I know we in church. So let me go back to Jesus.
Amen.
All right.
Because some of y'all uncomfortable right now. Y'all like, he ain't picked up the word. All right, so let me take you to Mark 5, around verse 20, 22. Now, I'm going to paraphrase because I love this story, but I don't want to go word for word. All right? I'm just building a background. I'm building a backdrop, guys. Y'all just y'all stay with it. All right? And so, what's happening in this story right here is that Jesus is getting off the boat, and one of the leaders in the synagogue, he's a ruler, comes up and says, hey, my daughter is sick.
Yeah.
She's about to die. can you come and pray for her? He's like, I got you. But this is the 2016 version, right? I got you. I'm on my way, Doc.
Yeah, right? I'm on my way, Doc.
So as he's hitting landfall and he's coming, it's too many other people who understand that Jesus has arrived. It's starting to slow down the process of getting the girl prayed for.
Yes.
You understand what's happening is this guy is on the scene. Jesus is the bomb. Everybody knows about him.
Yes. He's the bomb.
They even got folks on the ground grabbing at the bottom of his robe.
Amen.
Or if it was like Pastor Mathis on them cuffs. And as he's walking, he turned around like, who touched me?
Yeah.
I feel virtue coming out of me.
Yes.
What's going on? And he's trying to do ministry as he's going to the man's house. And so somebody comes out who can't see like Jesus sees, and they go out to the ruler and say, you don't even need to have Jesus come. The girl dead.
That's it.
That's what it said.
Yeah, you're right.
They didn't say it like that, but you know.
He's
He dead.
Yes.
The girl's dead. Don't even worry about it now. Jesus is over here having a conversation, turns around and says, what you say? He says, my daughter's dead. That's what they just told me. I'm coming.
Praise God.
All right?
I'm coming.
Now, I want you to pay attention really closely to verse 38. And I'm going to read this verbatim. Okay? It says, and he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeing the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. All right? I want you to hold on to wept and wailed greatly.
All right.
That means it was sad. They were crying.
Yes.
All right? And when he was come in, he said unto them, why make ye this ado, and weep? The damsel is not dead, but what?
Sleeping.
Sleep.
Are you dead when you sleep?
No.
I mean, because that would be a shame. Because he sees things differently.
Sees it. There you go. Come on now.
He sees
Sees
things differently.
Gotta see
All right?
it differently.
So when he says she sleep, the next verse says they got bipolar. I'm sorry, my bad. It said they laughed. And these are the same folks who were just crying and weeping and snotting, saying that the girl is dead.
They laughing now.
Now they're laughing because they can't see the way he sees.
Wow.
What in the world? So what does he do? He puts them out.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
He takes the father and the mother in, and he says, when he enters in, it says, he took, in verse 41, he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha cumi, which is being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise.
Thank you, Jesus.
Dead folks don't arise
That's right.
if they ain't asleep. So if I had a title, I don't do really well with titles, but if I had a title, faith is in the eye of the beholder. If you write notes, which I highly recommend, look, faith is in the eye of the beholder. Now, the reason why I'm going to say this is because most people think they don't have faith. You've heard people say, I don't have faith. That's a misconception. Because the Bible says he gives everybody a measure
Amen.
of faith.
Yes. That's
So
right.
now either the Bible's wrong or you wrong.
You're wrong.
One of the two.
All right? So I'm going to go with the Bible on this one and say everybody has a measure of faith.
Amen.
We're going to get to it in a minute. I'm telling you we're going to get to it. So let's keep talking about how we see things different. Jesus one day was hungry. Y'all remember the story? And he goes up to a tree, which is out of season, and says, I want some fruit. Specifically more, I want a fig.
Yeah.
And the folks looking at him like, you do know this is out of season. And he says to the tree, he's speaking to a tree now.
Speaks to the tree.
Some stuff we gonna do gonna look strange and odd.
Amen.
He's speaking to this tree. I want this fruit right here, man. The tree does not respond to him in the way he needs to. So what does he do? He's like, you won't have fruit for anybody else, ever. Folk with him like, this dude just got mad at the tree. What just happened here? But I want you to pay attention to Mark 11 and 24, or 20. It says, in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up
Dry.
from the roots. I want y'all to pay attention to this one piece right here. It says, and Peter, calling to his remembrance, says, Master, behold, the fig tree which you cursed is withered away. Now here's the 2017 edition of this. He was like, duh. I did. That's what I said. What you expecting?
I'm expecting.
He ain't even worried about it anymore. Peter has to be the person who tells them it's withered up. And then Jesus goes on to say something where we're going to really put our foundation in today. He says in verse 22, and Jesus answered, said unto them, have faith in God.
Have faith in God. That's it.
Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, what did I say faith was built on?
Believe and commit.
He says, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have. My family, faith is always working.
Faith is always working.
It's always working. It's a law. It's a universal law. It's always working. Here's the problem. Your belief is giving the direction to where your faith is going.
Your belief
Now,
gives direction.
some of you believe you're struggling. Faith brings it to pass.
You're struggling.
If you like, man, I'm just trying to get my bills paid, that's your belief process.
Yes, 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 yes.
Amen.
Faith is going to bring it to pass because it's consistent of belief and commit. It's going to happen. Man, I'm just trying to make it through the week. I'm so glad when Friday get here. You have now a mentality, because it's your belief process, that if I can just make it to the weekend, I'll be all right. Here's another thought process. Man, it's always Friday in my life because I live abundantly.
Come on now. Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
I think Pastor called me one time on a Saturday. He's like, you baby bitch. I was like, Pastor, I worked at least 6 days out of the week. I enjoy life. Things are always moving for me. So come on, let's talk about it. Let's do business. It's always good for me.
Yeah.
I was on a boat last night and somebody was asking me, I was like, he's like, you gotta stop business. No. This is my life. It's no business.
Right.
If they're gonna call me to a corporate thing, I'm gonna be on a corporate thing while I'm over the water. It's like they go, man, that's my next yacht right there. I got pictures for you, Pastor. I got pictures for you. I caught 6 of them lined up as I was on the lake. I was like, yep, that's the one right there.
Okay.
Because I'm busy. All right, I'm getting too excited. So I don't want to be average.
Yes.
Amen.
When I'm talking to you, I want to leave you with something you can put into motion today if you want to.
Yes.
All right? So my training background tells me I got to give you something that if you want to put it into action today, you can utilize it. So here it is. I got some steps for you. If you write it down, which I highly recommend you doing,
Amen.
Yes.
write this down. State your belief.
State your belief.
All right? That's a step.
Amen.
People can say what they don't want, but they have a problem with what they want.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. They have a problem with what they want.
You say, man, what is it that you don't want? Well, I know I don't want this. We didn't ask you what you don't want. We asked you what you do want. All right? So you state your belief. I'm going to hit you real hard with the next step. Keep on stating your belief. remember I was talking about that habit? That's right. You got to get comfortable with whatever your belief is, saying it over and over and over again. So scientifically, some people call that an affirmation. Yes. Right? Yes. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Amen. You got to say it, and then you got to say it again, and you got to keep on saying it.
Yes. Keep on saying it. Yes.
See, we believe a certain type of way here in the United States because we are drenched in the environment, and someone kept telling us about things over and over and over again. I guarantee you go across the water somewhere, there are certain things people don't believe. That's right. Because their environment is not the same as ours, and they're not speaking the same way we are.
Amen.
That's right.
So believe, I'm trying to tell you how to believe. Because you're trying to break down, that's one major component into your faith. All right? So when you go to the next step, you got to start associating with people who believe like
you do. Amen. That's the big.
Amen. Look, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't need to be with folks who just want to go to barbecue, cookouts, and fried fish dinners and all that. That's not going to get you where you want to go. You may need to be over there with the person who's a personal trainer, and they eat lettuce and salads and all the other fruits and vegetables and things that you don't like, but they going to keep you up.
Mother Anderson taking notes.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about money, because we don't want to talk about our bodies right now. If you want to make some more money, don't hang with the folks who's making the same amount as you. Come on. Man, am I in the place?
Yes, you are.
You got to get uncomfortable.
Yeah, get uncomfortable.
And you got to go over here to the person who's going to talk bad to you. Be like, that's a bad decision that you just made right there.
Amen.
Yes. Amen. They don't care. If you don't like them or not, they making more money than you. Dang. I'm sorry, I started off, but this is where I go. I'm excited because I really love you, and I really want you to get there, right? So here's another step. You got to confirm your belief in the environment. So what does that mean? That means I'm hanging with Pastor, I see him rolling in a new car. He tell me he about to go over to the Carolinas, like, let me roll with you so I can get on the boat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to see somebody else doing it. Because it's foreign to me. Yes. If I knew it, I'd be doing it.
Amen. That's right.
So why not? So I got to get with somebody else who can help me. I'm telling you, this is going to make sense. I'm going to bring it right back to the biblical side in just a second. I want to make sure. Here's the next thing. You now have to take massive action towards your belief.
Massive action. Got to do something. Got to do it.
Look, if you're saying you want to lose weight, and you're like, look, I don't want to change my diet. I don't want to get up and go to the gym. I don't want to. You're not making action. It's harder to get weight off than it is to sustain the weight where you are. It just is.
Yeah.
That's physics. Right? All right, so understand, you take action. You don't stop. You just keep on making things happen.
There you go.
Now here's the thing. Let me just throw this in here. For you guys who feel like I've been making action, I've been doing action, and I'm failing, that's a part of the process.
Part of the process.
If you try it and you fail, good. Now you know what you don't need to do.
Amen.
That's good.
Keep on trying.
Yes.
And then what you start doing is acknowledging your process of progress. That's the last step I want to get to. Acknowledge it. Know when you have made $10,000 more. Know when you're able to go from suits off the rack to tailor. Yes. Know when you're able to give to the hurricane fund when you used to not be able to do that.
Yes.
Know when you can say, look, I'm going to take care of this one, Pastor. I got the bill on this one.
Yeah. Amen. Yes.
I hang with folks now that we fight when we get to the not really fight, but It's time for the check to come. I got this.
Amen.
Nah, man, I got this. I got this. I really do.
Man.
You had it last time. No, I got this.
That's right.
Man.
Amen.
You hang with folks who like, you got this? Get some other friends. So as I'm gonna really start to bring it down. I'm gonna really start bringing it down. I want to connect this to the Bible. All right? Because I got super excited when God showed me this. For every person who feels like I've been trying and it hasn't worked out yet, first of all, look at those steps. Figure out where you're not doing these things. But then second, understand, you just got to keep on going.
Amen.
Keep on going.
Because see, pay attention to Peter. Peter had a decision way in the beginning of Jesus' ministry. When Jesus said, hey, come follow me, he could have been like, nah, bro, I'm good over here at the port. I'll keep on fishing. He could have said that.
Amen.
Yes, he could. Yeah.
Jesus did not force himself on him.
No, he didn't.
He said, what, do you want to follow me? He dropped his stuff in pain.
Amen.
Yes.
So what showed me is that he always wanted to be a fisher of men.
Yeah.
I need you to see what he's at
Yes.
the bank
Praise God.
trying to get some fish,
Jesus.
right? But his heart's desire is that he would be a fisher of men.
Praise God.
That was his vision.
Yes.
He knew he wanted to do that. He wanted to help people. He wanted to do miracles. He wanted these things.
Yes.
He didn't know how to do it. So what he did is the next best thing, just what he was good at.
My goodness.
So he had another opportunity to leave. Because you know, at one point in time, there was a big fall off
Oh, yeah.
of disciples with Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus even turned around and said, y'all don't leave me too?
Yeah.
He could have been like, yeah, I'm out. Man, it's been a great run. I'm gone.
I like the way you said it.
All right? He could have, but he chose not to. Now, when I show you, I'm walking through the steps. He made his vision. He talked about it every day. How do we heal people? How do we touch people's lives? How do we transform people's lives? That happened all the time. He was sitting there talking to Jesus. He's the master.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I told you got to be around people who are doing it. Jesus would touch people and they get healed. He sees what he wants to do.
Amen.
Think about it. Who else jumped out the boat? It was just Peter, right?
That's right.
Peter said, I got enough in me
Yeah.
that either I'm going to walk or I'm going to drown. But I'm going to try this thing out.
Do something.
But I tell you, you got to get uncomfortable. That's pretty uncomfortable walking out there on water.
Amen.
Nobody else in history can say I've done it.
Amen.
Come on.
You keep on trying. Now look, somebody like, well, he failed. Good.
Yeah.
He did something more than somebody else, and then he started to sink. But remember, I told you, you got to sit there and look at your progress. He's not walking on water.
That's right.
That's progressive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He wanted to do things right. The guy came up to me, man, I talked to your disciples. My son is crazy. But they couldn't even get him healed. But they tried. Do you feel me? You need to be trying.
Man.
You need to be trying. Because if you're doing this stuff over and over and over and over again, you'll eventually get it. Because let me bring you to Mark 9 and 18. When he says, hey, I want to sit, he was talking about the devil and his son. He's like, look, if we can do that, Jesus turned around and said, guys, when y'all gonna get it? How long have I been with you? That's Mark 9. But if you fast forward up to Acts 3 and 7, it says, and he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength.
Yes.
Now, if you don't know the context of that, who you think he's talking about?
Amen.
Jesus. It sounds a lot like what Jesus would do, right? That's Peter.
That's Peter. And
That's
John.
Peter.
Amen.
This is a guy who cut off somebody's ear.
Yes.
This is a guy who denied Jesus Christ 3 times. This is a guy who always seemed to be trying but never got it just yet. But in Acts 3 and 7, he gets it.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
starting to heal folks.
Yes.
He's starting to make sure that things, folks' lives are being changed. He's starting to get it. Let me tell you something, folks. When you vision,
Yes.
Come on.
and you keep going through these steps, you will eventually get it. It took my man 14 years to be able to write this $10 million check plus.
Yes.
But he stayed with it.
Yes. Stay with it.
Man,
Stay with it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. He got it going now.
Look, Acts 9:40. It says, but Peter put them all forth and kneeled down and prayed. First of all, did I just read the scripture
Yes.
about Jesus putting folks out?
Put them out.
Yeah.
Amen.
See, you start acting like the folks you hanging next to.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Amen.
And if they powerful,
You're powerful.
you're powerful.
Come on now. Come on now.
Look, some of y'all gonna have to change the people you hanging with.
I'm telling you. Say it again.
Some of y'all gonna have to think a little bit
Say it.
harder. You're gonna have to vision a little further out.
New people.
Remember, faith is in the eye of the beholder. Look, I'm about to finish up fast. I'm seeing my time. Right? I'm gonna pull this out.
You coming back.
Look, I'm coming down for this because I just gotta make this point.
Amen.
Faith is like hotel keys. If you've been in a hotel, you get one of these things right here. Right?
Yeah.
Look at it, a little strip on the back.
Yeah.
Right? This is what happens at a hotel. You walk in. Man, I got excited this morning. This was the update that we were talking about. When I walk in, got my bags with me, just flew into a city, I say, I'm here. Either my company's paid for it, somebody's paid for it, but I got the room, right? They'll pull out these keys. Nothing special about it, right? It's usually in a bucket or a box.
Yeah.
All right? This is my faith. Remember I told you, everybody gets one.
As a measure.
So if I'm in a line, this person got one of these. I got one of these. Somebody else got one of these. All right?
Amen.
The differentiating factor is the price I choose to pay for the room.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
Let me see if it's going to hit you another way.
Yes.
The price you choose to pay to enforce your faith is what's going to get you where you want to go. See, some folks living in twin size rooms, twin bed rooms, right? That's cool. That's what they can afford. But there's other people who on the penthouse suite,
Yes.
they got the king size bed with the jacuzzi in there. Because they chose to pay the price for it.
Chose to pay
It's
the
nothing
price.
in the card. This is the faith right
Nothing
here.
in the car.
But you gotta pay the price. You gotta pay the price. Let me tell you what paying the price is. You gotta get up in the morning. You gotta fall on your knees. You gotta pray. You gotta vision harder. You gotta work hard. Whatever you think you wanna do, you gotta figure out what do I need to do to get there, and then go after it. If you don't go after it, you are just the example of the person who gets whatever room they gonna give me. Let me tell you something. When I walk in there, I say, I don't want that floor. I want this floor.
This floor. Tell him. Yeah.
I don't want the noise. I gotta concentrate. I need to be on the top floor, away from all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? They go to the computer and they look and they're like, I see you've stayed with us a few times.
Yeah.
We can make that happen. Sometimes I walk in and just get upgraded just because.
Yes. Come on now. Amen.
You got that upgrade faith when you put that stuff in.
Upgrade your faith.
So look, if you gonna choose, because it's a choice,
Thank you, Holy Spirit.
to see things differently, understand your faith is in the eye of the beholder. You cannot, and I'll say it again, you cannot look at somebody else and say, man, their faith is whatever, or they got this. You don't know what they're doing.
That's right. Amen.
Nobody knows when I paid for my room. They don't know how much I paid for. So when I go in and they say, hey, Mr. Davis, they got me in the system, they only that person on the other side.
That's right.
See, God only knows how much you putting in, how much you choose to pay the price for it. So some of you, you're going to have to turn away the plate Some of you are going to have to do some more time management. Some of you are going to have to go back to school. Some of you are going to have to get a certification, but whatever it takes,
Come on now.
you go and get it. If it's more money that you want to do, you got to figure out what it is and go get it. If you want to be a person who is an individual that seeds into other companies, see, that's where I am right now. I don't want to just be working for the rest of my life. I want to help seed another company so they can carry on things and I can get the residuals from it. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. I'm going to be able to hang with Pastor and know that I'm still getting money in my bank while I'm talking to him, while I'm kicking it with him. That's the good life. But if that's you, you got to do your due diligence and be diligent.
Do diligence. Yes, yes. Yes, do.
So if I can encourage you to do anything today, it starts with your vision. This next part to the addition to the building, because this has been up. I haven't been here for 5-6 years.
Yes.
It takes time.
Yes. Takes time.
Peter didn't get it right the first time. It was at least 3.5 years.
Yes.
At least. People want stuff overnight. You can't get it overnight.
Amen.
But here's the thing. If you put those stop gaps right there, figure out what's my progress points. Where am I trying to go? You will stay motivated.
Yes.
Because you're like, you know what? I'm at 25% of where I'm trying to go.
Right.
Yeah. You're talking about a guy who, when I came out of college, 5 years, this is just the extra stuff. 5 years at university. I thought I was going to get paid. I was making $45 a week. This is not 19 anything. I got out in 2002. Why am I making $45 a week? But you know what? I stayed diligent.
Yes.
I stayed the course. Problem is, I didn't have a better vision at that time. But now that I started, last year alone, I walked out in December and said, this is what I want to do. By the end of January, going into February, I had gone 215% of what my business did the previous year. Just because I chose the vision. And start putting things in process. So, whatever it is for you, as I leave you today, whatever it is for you, I want to encourage you. See clearer.
See clearer.
You need to be able to touch that. You need to be able to feel the emotion.
See it.
You need to feel the atmosphere, whatever it is. If it's that new car, if it's a new house, whatever it is, if it's a new building. If you need to have somebody say, hey, let me just hold some money for just a second. I don't even want to walk away with you. Just let me hold it so I can see how it is. Just keep on counting. $100 bills, 50s, whatever it is. Whatever. So you're like, I need to feel this so I can understand what it is. Because when our senses start to work on what we feel when we know, then what it is we get it before we get it.
We get it before we get it.
Understand? You get it before you get it. Whatever you're trying to do with your record, whatever that is,
Yes.
you gonna start hanging with folks who already got awards.
That's it.
You start hanging with folks who already doing shows.
Yes.
Whatever they call, folks got attitudes in the music business. Understand me? I already know, right? Folks got attitudes. Who cares? You got a place that you're trying to go, what you're trying to do with your product and your project. What you do, you go over there and you force your way in there because that is your livelihood. That's your dream.
Yes. Amen. Good
I can't talk to everybody
word.
But I'm saying that's the same thing for everybody else. Who cares about people's feelings?
Amen.
I found a way to be in everybody's office that I wanted to be into. I'm sitting there with the governor. I send him an email like everybody else. It's like, hey, I'm going to be here with you. And if you can't meet me in your office, I'll get in the car on the way from this location to this location just to hear what you're trying to talk about.
Yes.
Because it meant that much to me. Right? God, I love you so much. I love you for what you've just done for the people. God, make sure they receive it.
Yes.
Jesus.